Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Sorry it's been so long since I filmed anything, but you know, being an adult sucks and life happens. So if y'all didn't watch my other video, go back and watch that about the Getting Home series. That's what this is going to be. Let's just imagine, because we can imagine right now, right? But say an EMP strike happened or whatever, and you have to walk home, or say that grid goes down for whatever reason and you have to get home. There's going to be obviously a lot of cars because life's going to continue to go on right now, but just imagine if it wasn't. I'm going to take you along this journey. I'm just maybe 10-20 miles from the house, if that, a couple towns over, so should be a fairly easy walk. But I wanted to show you what it would be like in an urban situation. So come along with me and see what this is going to be like. Make mention of a couple things here. The things I'm wearing is not any different than what I would have on during a normal day when I'm not at work. I also have a video on that about EDC items, so go check that out. All the stuff in my bag is exactly the same as the video on the contents of my bag, with the exception of the emergency food ration bar that I have in there. I took it out because I didn't want to use it, so I actually put in some freeze-dried meals to use on this trip, and I took my winter items out, so like my long johns and beanie, but I still have the extra underwear and socks. And I have an extra t-shirt that I added in place of the beanie and the long johns. First order of things, it's a scorcher today here in Arkansas. It's in the 90s. So first order of things, I've already walked a little ways, but just taking a quick break. But like I said, first order of things is going to be getting some water. Now think, if you're in some sort of situation where, you know, grid's down, natural disaster, EMP, anything like that, debit card machines probably aren't going to be working. So it's good to carry cash on you, because for the first little while, before everybody just does a total freak out after that first 72 hours, cash is still going to be king. So, but the reason I stopped here is something I wanted to show you is when you're on trips like this, you're going to be able to find all kinds of stuff that's useful. Like right here, we have a duffel bag. Don't know whose it is, don't know what's in it, but this duffel bag here could be useful. You know, you never really know. But going back to the water thing, so I have a couple different options. I have some cash on me, so I can stop at a convenience store somewhere. You know, the situation we're talking about, things could be scarce, people could be potentially already looting or whatever the case may be. So get in and get whatever you can. Or someplace might be nice enough to let you fill your water bottles. We also have creeks and whatnot you can stop at if you got a water filter, which I highly recommend having, and a Silcock key. And what a Silcock key is it gives you the ability to turn water spigots on buildings where you don't actually have the handle to turn the spigot on. So I'm gonna have to get some water. And we're going to use one of those options here pretty soon. But for now, we'll carry on a little bit further. All right, this building here looks closed down. So go around back here and see if I can fill my water up. Hopefully they still have running water here. We have water. Something else I want to go ahead and do is make sure I got plenty of water. I'll go ahead and fill this bladder up too. First order of business, getting water. Check. I've only been walking for probably 15-20 minutes, 30 maybe. So like I said, abandoned building. I was actually able to use the water faucet, so didn't have to use the Silcock key. In a certain situation you're dealing with, water may not be running like you want it to. So get it while you can. First natural water source there. Could always refill there. It's probably not flowing too heavy, but at least it's something. Something to keep in mind if you're not prepared. You know, we saw that suitcase back there. It's also got bags. You can find bottles, cans, all kinds of stuff. Like I said, you really need to have some sort of way to, there's a water bottle. There's some sort of way to get you home. You need to be prepared in some kind of way. But if not, and you have to make a trek home, you're going to be able to find stuff on the side of the road because people are filthy. There's a really good bottle, Smart Water bottles. They hold up really good. That's what I keep in the side of my bag here. It's because they're thicker than your normal water bottle. So just keep in mind that you can always pick things up along the way. Something else to think about. This guy has a sign up, a yard sale and fishing lures. He might just be trying to make a quick buck. You know, certain situations people may be doing that, you know. So that's always an option to help you with your survival needs if it gets that serious to where you need to fish for food. People could be setting up and selling products like that. Remember, that first 72 hours, it may not be looted yet. Card readers might be down, but you can still pay with stuff with cash. ideally all that electronic stuff wouldn't be working, but you know, modern technology, self-checkout stuff, y'all know how it is. But you get my drift. Cash is king. So at least for the first 72 hours anyway. So I'm gonna enjoy these snacks and find a shade area and get across this busy intersection. Replenish some electrolytes with a Gatorade, and I'm gonna hang on to this bottle because I have an extra container, and it also works good for a pee bottle. I mean, once you get to a spot where you set up your shelter, you're trying to hunker down and go unnoticed like stealth camping, works good as a pee bottle. I'll get back with you in just a minute. It's a nice little break. I saved that Gatorade bottle, and I saved some of those peanuts for later. My water bottle was almost empty, so I refilled it with what was in the water filter bladder. So to find another water source, we'll have to refill that bladder. It's key to stay hydrated. Water is one of the most important things that you need to survive, especially when you're walking long distances like this, and also especially when it's this hot outside. Keeping up with that possum mentality, grabbing things along the way. There's a t-shirt. There's no telling what you can find on the side of the road, especially busy roads like this highway here. I'm at Hurricane Creek. I thought once I made it to this point I would need more water and we go down there and refill, but I'm doing okay right now. We're getting close to 4th of July, so got a firework tent set up. That could potentially be shelter since they don't have anything set up in it yet. Or use your imagination, FEMA camp. Six of the scariest words you could hear from the government. Don't worry, we're here to help. I think I'll skip out on that. So we've touched on water and how important that is to stay hydrated. And another key thing to focus on is food, but I mean, I've told you what I have in my bag, and we'll get to eating later. And I've already had a couple snacks. Fire is another important thing for survival, but it's really too hot for a fire. And I have an alternative for that in the bag as well. And shelter, we kind of touched on that back there at the firework tent. But something I want to hit on right now, since I'm coming to another busy intersection and an apartment complex, is safety and security, whatever you want to call it. I have a firearm on me. And I also have pepper spray. I've learned from doing these hikes that the pepper spray is important, because I've had dogs run up on me before, and you know, I really don't want to have to take down anyone's dog with my firearm. That'd be terrible. But I've also got extra ammo in my bag and an extra magazine for my gun in my pocket. So carry what you will. Right now I feel like that's all I really need, just in case something was to happen, even though we're kind of in a normal situation right now. The normal situations can turn bad real fast. I know that from my job. But just keep safety and security in mind. You're gonna need a way to protect yourself. Taking a quick little break. I stopped at this tire shop that closed down not too long ago, so there's nobody here. But it's a nice shady area with a bench, so I take advantage of it. Probably can't see it on camera, but there's a deer out in that field. I know we're still kind of inner city, but food option if you have the means to take it down. But you gotta think there's gonna be a lot of people around here doing the same thing in a bad situation. Here we got one of the oldest still standing houses where I'm from. Imagine the history in that home though. This highway I'm walking down probably wasn't even thought of yet. It's probably an old dirt road and one of the only houses around here at the time. You know how amazing it is to be able to drink from a bottle with a tube, like a water bladder that you would stick in your bag. Man, it's a game changer. It's the only way I've really been able to stay hydrated. And being able to constantly drink water without taking my bag off every time I want to drink. It's just so much more convenient. something you guys may not have thought about, which I think is a great idea. So I just recently got a storage unit. It's about I don't know, about an 8x8, but setting it up as a cache location. So far got some bedding, a cot, and a gallon of water. But right now there's nothing else in here, obviously, besides the bag I was carrying. Great idea. So once you get to a point where you're, I guess, about halfway home, or a place where you need to restock supplies like ammo, water, food, all kinds of stuff, I'm gonna make this unit look like a normal storage unit, but I'm also gonna kind of have some stuff hidden in there so that I'll be able to use those items if I ever need them. Plus it's another storage place for when you have too much stuff at the house already. So I'm gonna get set up and I'll get back with you. So I have the cot set up. However, I'm not gonna be staying here due to legal issues behind it, but gives me a place to take a break. I'm refilling my water bottles with the gallon jug I left here, and basically just testing this out to see if it's going to be a good idea. I mean, it sounds like a good idea to me to have a cache location. So I'm gonna get my bottles filled up the rest of the way, continue to take a little break here. There's like no air circulation in here at all, and I'm sweating more than I was when I was walking around in the 90-degree heat, believe it or not. So get all my water refilled, then I'm gonna carry on. I think a good stealth camp somewhere in town might be pretty cool. So I think we're gonna do that tonight, but this is a pretty good idea. In a SHTF situation, and you need to get in here and hit up your stash here and maybe get some sleep. I wouldn't even really worry about the legal issues behind it then. So I'm gonna get these bottles filled up and then we're gonna carry on. Liquid IV. Get my electrolytes back up. Supposed to mix it in 16 ounces of water, but it'll just be a little diluted. That's fine. Got my Life Straw bladder refilled. Of course, this, my Smart Water bottle on the side, and I still have a little left in here. So I'm gonna put this down and then refill this bottle with what's left in that jug before I end up hitting the road again. Snack on what's left of my peanuts from the gas station earlier. Something that's a great idea for food is these food pantries for homeless people. But I mean, in a bad situation, well, that's probably going to be gone. But if you can get to it, there may be some there. I know there's quite a few of them here, and this one's at a church. Something to keep in mind is the amount of water you're carrying. You know, back at the storage unit, I refilled my Gatorade bottle, the Life Straw bladder, and my Smart Water bottle. And depending on how much water you're going to be carrying, it's going to add a considerable amount of weight to your pack. 1 liter of water is just slightly over 2 pounds. So you can do the math there. I don't really think I'm struggling with the weight at all, but I feel like I'm testing the limits of this bag. I do plan on kind of doing an after action report on the gear used here, how helpful it was, what I feel like might need replaced, or something that might just, you know, work better. Right now, not so sure about the pack. How many of y'all remember eating honeysuckles as a kid? It's feeling way better now that the sun went down. Still got that nice little breeze. I'm coming into one of the main parts of town again. Be all the fast food places and little shopping centers. That'd be another area to, as far as like safety and security kind of thing goes, is, you know, you live in a town or city and you got rioting and looting going on, civil unrest type stuff. That's not really a place you'd want to try to wander down the middle of. Speaking of other things you can pick up, there's a hat. Kind of far along the trip, but if you didn't have one. Another quote-unquote FEMA camp down there. By the post office. taking a little break at a gas station. It's getting late, but I've enjoyed the hike home. Hasn't been too terribly difficult, but like I've explained in several other parts of this, that you know, you have to focus on survival. This is a cakewalk compared to what it would actually be like if something truly happened. I've been kind of scoping places out, trying to figure out where I want to post up for the night. I may walk further into town and see if I can find something. Maybe do some stealth camping. That's what I would really like to do. It's just around here there's not really a whole lot, and I don't want to go into any neighborhoods and be on people's private property. I mean, it feels a little different being some sort of like area around businesses than it does someone's actual home. You know, I don't want to intrude on anything, and most definitely don't want to have law enforcement make any sort of contact with me. But we'll see how it goes. I'll sit here and continue to rest for a little while, give my back a break. This backpack I'm using, it's not very friendly when it comes to actually putting some weight into it. So we will carry on here shortly. It's our courthouse. Technically, bad situation. This would definitely be another area you'd want to stay away from, just because it's a ton of traffic and there's always a lot of people down here. Well, I've walked around quite a bit looking for a decent area to post up. Not really finding much. I'm starting to get into neighborhoods and stuff now. So I might just continue my journey and make it all the way home. You can probably barely see me, but it's been some time later. It's considerably more quiet. Oh, hey, a car. Haven't seen one in a while. Well, small, considerable time later. As you can tell, I've made it home. I appreciate y'all sticking through it and watching this video. I didn't get to do everything I wanted to do, but there's always other times for that, and I will be doing another one. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.